Let me ask you something that might save your life. Would you still follow health advice if you knew it was designed to keep you coming back to the hospital? You see, when it comes to heart disease, particularly coronary artery disease, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you think. Hi, I'm Harold Bennett. I'm 76 years old, a retired teacher, a grandfather, and a heart attack survivor. Over 2 decades ago, I made a discovery that changed my life. You can reverse heart disease, naturally, without statins and surgery. But why haven't you heard this before? Because there's no money in healing. Only in managing symptoms. Did you know that heart disease is the leading cause of financial burden in the medical industry? That's why hospitals invest tens of millions in cardiac centers. And that's why they keep pushing cholesterol as the villain. But guess what? Cholesterol is not the cause. The real danger lies in small LDL particles and VLDL cholesterol. Microscopic particles that inflame your arteries, build silent plaques, and trigger deadly heart attacks. Most standard blood tests don't even check for them. But there's good news. I'll show you how I reduced my coronary calcium score, a key marker of atherosclerosis, by changing my diet, using 4 essential supplements, and even eating a strange probiotic-rich yogurt that healed my gut microbiome. Stay with me till the end, because I'll reveal how this simple homemade yogurt is beating modern medicine when it comes to lowering inflammation and fixing the root cause of coronary artery disease. You don't have to be a doctor to understand this. I'll explain every step in plain English, just like a grandfather sharing a secret with his family. But I need your help. Leave a comment if you've ever been confused about cholesterol. Like this video if you're tired of outdated advice. And subscribe to join me on this journey of truth, healing, and taking back control of your health. Because this isn't just another video, it could be the wake-up call that saves your heart, and maybe even your life. Let me take you back nearly 2 decades ago. I had just turned 57. I was still teaching part-time and felt sharp mentally, but physically, not so much. I was sluggish, heavy in the chest, sometimes lightheaded. My wife, a retired nurse, insisted we go see a cardiologist. Reluctantly, I agreed. After the scans, the blood work, and the awkward silence, the doctor looked me straight in the eye and said, "Mr. Bennett, your cholesterol is dangerously high. We need to start statins, immediately. And most likely, you'll be on them for the rest of your life." That moment was a turning point for me, not because I was afraid of the pills, but because something didn't sit right. I asked, if lowering cholesterol works, why do people with perfect numbers still suffer heart attacks? The doctor blinked, then said, "It reduces your risk." That was it. No explanation. And that's when I began questioning everything. You see, for decades, we've been fed this story: lower your cholesterol or die. But here's what no one tells you: cholesterol is not the villain, it's merely a marker, a proxy. The real enemies are small LDL particles and VLDL cholesterol, tiny, sticky particles that penetrate your arterial walls, trigger inflammation, and set off the dangerous cascade leading to plaque buildup, high blood pressure, and ultimately, heart attacks or stroke warning signs. And what causes these dangerous particles? It's not saturated fat. It's not bacon or butter. No. It's something far sneakier: wheat, grains, and sugar, yes, even the so-called healthy, whole-grain cereal that fills your kitchen shelf. When you consume these foods, your blood sugar spikes, your liver gets overwhelmed, and it starts converting those excess carbs into VLDL through a process called hepatic de novo lipogenesis. That VLDL then interacts with LDL particles to create those villainous small LDL particles. This is where the system failed us. While doctors were obsessing over total cholesterol, which is practically useless, patients were developing coronary artery disease right under their noses. All because no one was measuring what matters. One day, I discovered NMR lipoprotein testing, a powerful diagnostic that measures not just cholesterol, but the size, type, and count of your lipoprotein particles. My result? 1,814 moles/L of small LDL particles. It was a red alert. That test changed everything for me. I immediately removed all grains, wheat, and added sugars. I introduced nutrient support, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, iodine, and magnesium, each one carefully dosed to reduce inflammation, support insulin sensitivity, and reverse the internal fire within my arteries. Over the next 12 months, my triglycerides plummeted, my HDL increased, my energy returned, and most importantly, my coronary calcium score dropped significantly. And I never took a single statin. In the next segment, I'll guide you through the exact test panel to request, what values to look for, and how to read your results even if your doctor shrugs you off. But first, comment below, have you ever been told to just lower your cholesterol? Did it work? Or did you keep feeling worse? Hit like if this opened your eyes to a truth you never heard from your doctor. And subscribe, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal 4 critical nutrients that Big Pharma will never promote, but might just save your life. Imagine waking up one morning, feeling fine, drinking your coffee, smiling at your grandkids, and just hours later, you're in the ER with a sudden heart attack. No chest pain warning, no dramatic sign, just collapse. Now imagine learning that the root cause wasn't your cholesterol, but something quietly brewing inside your gut. That's not a scare story. That's what happened to me. And it's what nearly happened to Tom, a friend of mine who thought he was just bloated and gassy from age. What neither of us knew at the time was this: our guts were inflamed. And that silent inflammation was feeding our coronary artery disease, slowly but surely. The medical term is SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It's when bacteria from your colon sneak up into your small intestine, a place they're not supposed to be. And when they get there, they don't just sit quietly. They ferment your food, release endotoxins, cause bloating, acid reflux, and worst of all, they leak toxic compounds straight into your bloodstream. What happens next? Your arteries start to swell with inflammation. And that inflammation weakens the protective cap on those atherosclerotic plaques. It's like shaking a soda bottle, that plaque can rupture at any time, leading to a stroke or heart attack. Traditional heart disease prevention ignores this entirely. They tell you to lower your cholesterol, take your statins, and eat a low-fat diet. But in study after study, including the Evaporate trial, those methods don't stop plaque from progressing. They don't stop it from erupting. They just watch. So what can we do instead? Well, I did something different. I targeted my gut. I started making what I now call SIBO yogurt, a powerful blend of probiotic strains like Lactobacillus reuteri, Lactobacillus gasseri, and Bacillus subtilis, fermented for 36 hours. The result? Over 300 billion CFUs of bacteria in a single serving, strong enough to fight back the harmful microbes, shut down the inflammation, and start healing the gut lining. After 4 weeks, my bloating disappeared. But more than that, my next coronary calcium score dropped. Not by a lot, but enough to prove one thing: it's possible to reverse heart disease if you address the real root cause. Have you ever heard about SIBO before? Or been told your digestive problems were just aging? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. And if you know someone over 60 who's battling high blood pressure, or has had heart attack symptoms, share this video. You might just save their life. Stay with me, because in the next segment, I'll show you exactly how I make this SIBO yogurt at home. It's cheap, easy, and possibly life-saving. Did you know that your gut could be silently damaging your heart every single day? That bloating, fatigue, or weird food intolerances linked directly to coronary artery disease. It shocked me too, until I discovered what's happening inside our digestive system. For years, I thought my occasional stomach discomfort and tiredness were just part of aging. But I was wrong. What I had, what millions of seniors unknowingly suffer from, is something called SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It's when bacteria that belong in the large intestine sneak into the small intestine, where they don't belong. And what happens next? It's like a wildfire in your gut. These invaders cause inflammation, disrupt nutrient absorption, and worse, they release endotoxins into your blood, directly impacting your heart health. Studies show that SIBO contributes to inflammation, high blood pressure, and the formation of dangerous atherosclerotic plaques. Many cardiologists don't even look there. They focus on cholesterol levels or prescribe statin drugs, ignoring the root cause that could be festering in your belly. So what did I do? I made a bold decision to fix my gut and protect my heart, naturally. And it started with something as simple as a jar of homemade SIBO yogurt. But this isn't your grocery store yogurt. It's a specially fermented blend packed with powerful strains like Lactobacillus reuteri, Lactobacillus gasseri, and Bacillus subtilis. These bacteria are warriors. They colonize your small intestine, push back the invaders, and produce natural antibiotics to kill off harmful microbes. I've been eating half a cup of this yogurt every day. Within weeks, I noticed clearer skin, deeper sleep, and most importantly, better blood pressure numbers and less chest discomfort. This isn't magic. It's microbiome science, and it's giving seniors like us a second chance at vitality. So here's my question to you. Have you ever considered that your bloating or fatigue might be hurting your heart? Comment yes if that resonates with you. And while you're here, subscribe, because in the next segment, I'll reveal how to measure these changes using a test far more accurate than cholesterol panels. Stick with me. Because of the real breakthrough. It's not in a pill. It's in the yogurt you make with your own hands. If you had a heart scan today, what would it reveal? What if I told you there's a single number, a score, that could determine your risk of heart attack or stroke with chilling accuracy? A number that tells you whether your arteries are silently clogging while you feel perfectly fine. This number is called the coronary artery calcium score, or CAC score. Unlike regular cholesterol tests, which only provide vague clues, the CAC score offers hard evidence, how much plaque is calcifying inside your arteries. You can't cheat this number. It's not about how you feel, it's about what's growing inside of you. Let me share a story. I was 63. I had no major complaints, no chest pain, no shortness of breath. I walked every morning, ate what I thought was a healthy diet, and even took a statin drug prescribed by my doctor. Then, on a friend's advice, I took a CAC scan. The result? 480, I stared at the number, thinking, is this real? That score meant I had severe coronary artery disease, even though I looked and felt fine. It was like carrying a ticking time bomb in my chest. Here's where it gets worse, and also better. My cardiologist said it was too late, and all I could do was slow the progression. But I refused to believe that. I dove into research, looking beyond what mainstream medicine told me. I discovered the real culprits: inflammation, insulin resistance, and certain lipoproteins like VLDL and small LDL particles, not just cholesterol. I realized that by eliminating wheat, grains, and sugar, and supporting my body with nutrients like vitamin D, magnesium, iodine, and omega-3 fatty acids, I could do more than stop progression, I could reverse it. Fast forward 18 months. I repeated the scan. My CAC score? Still 480. But that was the miracle, it had not increased. No new calcified plaque. My risk had stabilized. And more importantly, I felt better than I had in years. Energy, clarity, peace. Have you ever had a CAC scan? If not, please talk to your doctor. It costs less than $100 and takes just 10 minutes. It could save your life. And if you've already had one, share your score in the comments below. What did you learn? What changed after? Stick around, because in the next segment, I'll show you exactly what I changed, my morning habits, my food, my supplements, and even how I fix my gut microbiome. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the journey to a healthy heart is just beginning. Imagine being told your heart is perfectly healthy because your coronary artery calcium, CAC, score is 0. You feel relieved, maybe even invincible. But what if I told you that a 0 score doesn't always mean you're safe? The CAC test measures the amount of calcified plaque in your coronary arteries. A score of 0 suggests no detectable calcium, which is often interpreted as a low risk of heart disease. However, this test doesn't detect soft plaque, the kind that hasn't calcified yet. These soft plaques can still rupture and cause a heart. I recall a patient, 52 years old, active lifestyle, no symptoms. He had a CAC score of 0 and was told he was at low risk. 6 months later, he suffered a heart attack. The culprit? A ruptured soft plaque that the CAC test didn't detect. This isn't to say the CAC test isn't valuable. It's a useful tool, especially for those at intermediate risk. But it's not infallible. Relying solely on a 0 CAC score can be misleading. So, what should you do? If you have risk factors like high blood pressure, diabetes, or a family history of heart disease, don't let a 0 CAC score give you false confidence. Continue regular checkups, maintain a healthy lifestyle, and discuss other diagnostic options with your doctor. Have you had a CAC test? What was your experience? Share in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into heart health. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll explore the role of inflammation in heart disease and how to manage it effectively. What if I told you that a silent fire is smoldering inside your body, quietly damaging your heart every single day? This isn't a metaphor, it's chronic inflammation, and it's one of the most insidious contributors to heart disease. While we've long blamed high cholesterol and hypertension as the main culprits, recent research reveals that inflammation plays a pivotal role in the development and progression of cardiovascular diseases. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection. But when it becomes chronic, it can lead to the buildup of plaque in your arteries, increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. One key marker of inflammation is C-reactive protein, CRP. Elevated levels of CRP have been linked to a higher risk of heart disease, even in individuals with normal cholesterol levels. So, how can you combat this silent threat? Adopt an anti-inflammatory diet. Incorporate foods rich in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids, such as berries, leafy greens, and fatty fish. Avoid processed foods and trans fats. Engage in regular physical activity. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity exercise per week. Activities like walking, cycling, or swimming can help reduce inflammation. Manage stress effectively. Chronic stress can exacerbate inflammation. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and yoga can be beneficial. Ensure adequate sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night, as poor sleep can increase inflammatory markers. Consider medical interventions. In some cases, medications like statins not only lower cholesterol but also have anti-inflammatory effects. Have you ever had your CRP levels checked? If not, it might be time to discuss this with your healthcare provider. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll delve into the role of the gut microbiome in heart health and how nurturing your gut can protect your heart. Imagine a bustling city within you, teeming with trillions of microscopic inhabitants working tirelessly to keep you alive. This city is your gut microbiome, and its influence extends far beyond digestion. It plays a pivotal role in your heart health. Recent research has unveiled a profound connection between the gut and the heart. An imbalance in gut bacteria, known as dysbiosis, has been linked to increased risks of atherosclerosis, hypertension, and heart failure. One of the key players in this connection is a compound called trimethylamine N-oxide, TMAO. Produced when gut bacteria metabolize certain nutrients like choline and L-carnitine found in red meat and eggs, elevated TMAO levels have been associated with a higher risk of heart disease. But it's not all bad news. Certain beneficial gut bacteria, such as Faecalibacterium prosnitzii, produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, like butyrate, which have anti-inflammatory properties and support cardiovascular health. So, how can you nurture a heart-healthy gut microbiome? Embrace a fiber-rich diet. Foods high in dietary fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains, promote the growth of beneficial bacteria. Limit red meat and processed foods. Reducing intake of red meat and processed foods can lower TMAO production and support a healthier gut environment. Incorporate fermented foods. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and other fermented foods introduce beneficial probiotics to your gut. Consider prebiotics and probiotics. Supplementing with prebiotics and probiotics can help maintain a balanced gut microbiome. Have you ever thought about how your gut health affects your heart? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the fascinating world of the gut-heart connection. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll explore how stress and sleep impact both your gut and heart health. What if I told you that your late-night Netflix binges and constant stress at work are silently sabotaging your heart health? It might sound dramatic, but science supports this claim. The intricate interplay between sleep, stress, the gut microbiome, and cardiovascular health is more profound than most realize. The vicious cycle. Chronic stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that, in excess, can lead to inflammation and damage to blood vessels. Simultaneously, poor sleep quality disrupts the balance of the gut microbiota, leading to dysbiosis. This imbalance not only affects digestion but also influences the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, which regulate mood and sleep. The result? A continuous loop where stress and poor sleep feed into each other, exacerbating heart health. Real-life implication. Consider Jane, a 45-year-old marketing executive. Despite a balanced diet and regular exercise, she suffered a mild heart attack. Upon evaluation, her doctors found high cortisol levels and significant gut microbiota imbalance. The culprit? Years of chronic stress and inadequate sleep. Protecting your heart. Prioritize sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Establish a consistent bedtime routine and create a sleep-conducive environment. Manage stress. Incorporate relaxation techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or yoga into your daily routine. Support gut health. Consume a diet rich in fiber, fermented foods, and consider probiotics to maintain a healthy gut microbiome. Regular checkups. Monitor your heart health, stress levels, and gut health with regular medical consultations. Have you experienced the effects of stress or poor sleep on your health? Share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into holistic heart health. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll delve into the role of diet in maintaining a healthy heart and gut. Imagine if the secret to a healthy heart lies not just in exercise or medication, but in the trillions of microbes residing in your gut. Emerging research reveals a profound connection between our gut microbiome and cardiovascular health, emphasizing the pivotal role of diet in this relationship. The hidden link. Our gut microbiota influences the production of compounds like trimethylamine N-oxide, TMAO, which has been associated with a higher risk of heart disease. Diets rich in red meat and low in fiber can increase TMAO levels, while plant-based diets help reduce them. Real-life impact. Consider John, a 50-year-old with a penchant for processed foods. Despite no family history of heart disease, he suffered a heart attack. Doctors discovered elevated TMAO levels and an imbalanced gut microbiome. A dietary shift towards whole grains, legumes, and fermented foods improved his gut health and reduced his cardiovascular risk. Dietary recommendations. Increase fiber intake. Consume fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains to nourish beneficial gut bacteria. Limit red meat. Reduce consumption of red and processed meats to lower TMAO production. Incorporate fermented foods. Include yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi to introduce probiotics. Choose healthy fats. Opt for sources like olive oil, nuts, and avocados over saturated fats. Stay hydrated. Adequate water intake supports digestion and nutrient absorption. Have you considered how your diet affects both your gut and heart health? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into holistic wellness. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll explore the impact of physical activity on the gut-heart axis. What if I told you that the key to a healthier heart isn't just in your diet or medication, but in your daily movement? Emerging research reveals a profound connection between physical activity, the gut microbiome, and cardiovascular health. The hidden link. Regular exercise has been shown to enrich the diversity of gut microbiota, leading to increased production of beneficial metabolites like short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, which have anti-inflammatory properties and support heart health. Moreover, studies indicate that individuals with higher levels of physical activity have a more favorable gut microbiome composition, which is associated with reduced risk factors for heart disease, such as lower blood pressure and improved lipid profiles. Real-life impact. Consider Sarah, a 50-year-old office worker who led a sedentary lifestyle. After incorporating regular brisk walks into her routine, not only did she lose weight, but her blood pressure normalized, and her cholesterol levels improved. Her doctor attributed these changes to both increased physical activity and the positive shifts in her gut microbiome. Action steps. Incorporate moderate exercise. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity per week, such as brisk walking or cycling. Strength training. Include muscle-strengthening activities on 2 or more days a week. Stay consistent. Regularity is key. Find activities you enjoy to maintain a consistent routine. Monitor progress. Keep track of your physical activity and health markers to stay motivated. Have you noticed changes in your health with increased physical activity? Share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the gut-heart connection. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll explore how stress management techniques can further enhance your gut and heart health. Imagine if the key to a healthier heart isn't solely in medications or surgeries, but in the trillions of microorganisms residing in your gut. Over the past segments, we've journeyed through the intricate relationship between the gut microbiome and cardiovascular health, uncovering how diet, sleep, stress, and physical activity intertwine in this complex dance. The symphony within. Your gut microbiota plays a pivotal role in producing compounds like short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, which have anti-inflammatory properties and support heart health. Conversely, imbalances can lead to the production of trimethylamine N-oxide, TMAO, associated with increased heart disease risk. Lifestyle harmonies. Diet. Embrace a fiber-rich diet with fermented foods to nourish beneficial bacteria. Sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep to maintain microbial balance. Stress management. Incorporate mindfulness practices to reduce inflammation and support gut health. Physical activity. Regular exercise enhances microbial diversity and fortifies heart health. Your role in the ensemble. Every choice you make, what you eat, how you move, how you rest, conducts the symphony of your health. By tuning into the gut-heart connection, you can orchestrate a life of vitality and resilience. Have you felt the rhythm of this connection in your life? Share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our journey through health and wellness. Thank you for being part of this exploration. Here's to a harmonious heart and a flourishing gut.